I'm late. Left my bus pass at home. Ready when you are.
Here with your hockey weather report is Archie McGlumfer. Could you not have introduced me with a wee bit more enthusiasm than that? As you can see behind me, we're looking at the ginormous country of Canada with its ample lakes, mountainous crags and a hockey rink in every village with more than 15 people. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Archie McGlumfer is in the house, and this is your NHL Playoff Weather Report. Let's take a look at the hockey climate as it stands out on the West Coast, where it's pretty clear that things are as depressing as it gets in Vancouver, where it's raining heavily with Canuck tears. So it is. We did have some bright spots at the beginning of the year with a reasonably sunny start, but things soon took a turn for the worse when dark, grey, ominous clouds gathered as the Knuckleheads faltered badly down the stretch when they suddenly realised they were missing a few key players and that signing all the Toronto cast-offs was not going to change the storm that was brewing. A serious gust of COVID wind ripped through the West Coast, putting an end to any hopes for a sunny spring, so the Vancouver faithful will feel aggrieved, but can look forward to their tofu casserole on the bench with an unsettled summer ahead. Very similar conditions appear to have lingered over parts of Alberta, as Calgary also seemed shrouded in a suffocating fog of ineptitude, leading to another playoff drought. A serious build-up of atmospheric pressure resulted in a coaching change that didn't alter the dreary outlook. The Flames, along with their always pleasantly sunny new coach, still couldn't escape the cold front that was to douse the floundering Flames in showers of false expectations. They finished their dreary season with bugger all at the end of the rainbow. The clouds have lifted in Edmonton as the Oilers regained their composure after a Toronto tornado struck in early March, taking all 6 points, outscoring them 13-1 in the process. Oh, but the Oilers' dynamic duo up front, along with some temperate goaltending, snapped the cold spell at the club and rode a bit of a heat wave, resulting in a whirlwind end to the season and must be considered one of the favourites, breezing their way into second place, almost putting a smile on McDavid's frosty attitude. Things no so summery over in Winnipeg. A flash flood of injuries have left things very overcast as the Jets limp into the playoffs, barely resembling the once blustery Winnipeg team from earlier in the season. A major trade did nothing to calm the stormy waters over Lake Manitoba, and not even stalwart goaltending and a Mark Scheifele benching could prevent a heavy downpour of bad results. Although not playing at their peak, the Jets could still have a few surprises up their sleeves and lift the smog over Winnipeg. With the team in Manitoba seemingly in a deep freeze, Montreal have righted their ship and now sail on calmer seas in normally icy Quebec. The outlook is always tense with the Canadians, where they tend to blow hot and cold and out the playoffs in the first round. Time will tell if the weather will remain settled with the Habs, as they will be up against a difficult opponent in the first round, with their forecast a bit on the gloomy side. I almost hope that proves to be the case, as I'm actually enjoying all the greeting in Montreal. But they'll always have the refs in their back pockets to rely on. Switching over to Ontario now. The nation's capital has had a surprisingly hot season this year, with bright periods of optimism and a positive spring in the team's step. With no pressure on Ottawa for a successful campaign, the team has befuddled the opposition by unfairly working harder than them and flooding the ice with a bunch of fine new players. Lots of sunny days might be ahead for the Senators, unless their up-and-coming stars demand market value, in which case they'll find that there's insufficient funds, leading to continual years of famine. Perennial optimists in Toronto are again planting the seeds of triumph in Leafland. The parade route has already been set, and they just need to put into action what looks good on paper, but we all know will bite them in the bum yet again. Everyone is wondering what way the team will snatch defeat from the jaws of victory this year. The barometric clock is ticking on team management as well as a few ageing players to finally end the 54-year drought in Toronto, or at least make it through the first round. A team armed to the teeth with thunder and lightning and a much improved team chemistry will be expected to be riders on the storm and smash through the doors of self-doubt this year and finally break on through to the other side. Oh, but their fans will remain on tenterhooks in their condos as the rest of Canada will gleefully celebrate if the Leafs falter at the first signs of high pressure and a heavy forecheck. A thick cloud still hangs over all Canadian contenders, having not sniffed the Stanley Cup since 1993. That was the Montreal Canadiens, so that doesn't really count. The forecast looks unpredictable ahead, but the sun may still shine on one of these teams until they travel south of the border and have to face the hurricanes, lightning or avalanche. Thank you all for listening in. I'm Archie McGlumfer, and if you need to know the weather, I'm your man. Thank you there. If you just want to leave that on the table there, cash is preferred. Right beside the bus pass, that's right. You may as well leave that bottle too while you're at it. Signs of high pressure and a heavy fork check. Jesus. Oh, that hurt.